Spain's King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia faced a hostile reception during a visit to the flood-ravaged region of Valencia. As they walked through the town of Paiporta, one of the hardest-hit areas, they were met with shouts of murderer and shame from angry protesters. Objects, including mud, were hurled at the royal couple and Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez, who was quickly evacuated from the scene. The incident underscores the growing public anger over the government's response to the devastating floods, which have claimed over 200 lives and left widespread destruction. Many residents feel that authorities failed to provide adequate warnings and support in the aftermath of the disaster. Video footage captured the tense moment when the royal couple's security detail was overwhelmed by the surging crowd. Despite the hostile environment, King Felipe VI engaged with some protesters, even embracing a few. However, the overall atmosphere remained charged, with many expressing deep frustration and sorrow. Prime Minister Sánchez, who joined the royal couple on the visit, was also targeted by protesters. Objects were thrown at his car as he was being evacuated, and chants of "Where is Sánchez" echoed through the streets. Local residents shared their heartbreaking experiences and expressed their anger at the government's perceived inaction. A 16-year-old boy, Pau, lamented, "We're helping, and the leaders do nothing. People are still dying. I can't stand this anymore." Another resident said, "They left us to die. We've lost everything." The royal visit to Chiva, another flood-affected town, was subsequently postponed. In a video message, King Felipe VI acknowledged the anger and frustration of the protesters. Local officials also expressed shock at the violence, but understood the underlying reasons. Paiporta's mayor, Maribel Albalat, stated, "I understand the frustration and desperation of the people." Juan Bordera, a member of the Valencian parliament, criticized the royal visit as a very bad decision, arguing that the government had failed to heed warnings and that the public's anger was justified. In response to the crisis, Prime Minister Sánchez deployed 10,000 troops, police officers, and civil guards to the region. However, he acknowledged that the response was insufficient and that there were severe problems and shortages. The flooding, which began on Tuesday, was triggered by intense rainfall. The resulting floodwaters caused widespread damage, destroyed infrastructure, and isolated communities. As of Sunday, the death toll had risen to 217, with many more missing. The Valencia region, particularly the coastal areas, has been the hardest hit. The Spanish Meteorological Agency has issued a high alert for parts of southern Valencia due to forecast storms. While the intensity of the upcoming storms is not expected to match the devastating floods of Tuesday, significant rainfall is still anticipated.